Hello, welcome to Digital Moneta. My name is Rick Rogers, and today I will be showing you how we're actually using CryptoHopper automated trading in a bear market, and we're making positive trades and making money doing it. So let's get to it. Uh, they offer, basically CryptoHopper offers three different subscriptions levels. They've got the bunny, the hare, and the kangaroo. We started out with a trial version of the bunny. We then purchased a kangaroo hopper, and then after doing some testing, we realized the bunny is probably the better bang for the buck. So we purchased a second bunny subscription. So we have two bunnies and one kangaroo running right now. The kangaroo we have set up to run signals. The benefit of the kangaroo membership that we can see so far is we can select 75 coins, and with the signals you kind of want it to see as many coins possible, but it is $99 per month, and at $99 per month, that's a pretty big ask for running only one exchange. That's the catch with any of these. They can only run on one exchange and basically with one strategy, kind of. From what we can tell, again, we've only been testing these for a couple days. The bunny, what we've done with that is we've actually set this subscription up, which is only $19 a month. We've set this subscription up, both of them, the two we have, we've set them up to run based on our TA, our technical analysis. So running our TA strategies, the bunny is actually doing really well. Both of them are doing really well. And I think we're going to see bigger returns, especially when we look at the cost. You know, our ROI is probably going to be higher, assuming how we only got $19. I could get 5 bunny accounts subscriptions for the cost of basically one kangaroo. I could do 5 different configurations or 5 exchanges, you know, because we have multiple exchanges ourselves. We've got Poloniex, we've got Binance, Bittrex, Cryptopia, anyway, Coinbase Pro. This will handle them all, and I'd need to set them all up. If I did that, it would cost me $500 on a kangaroo account versus $100 on 5 bunnies. So the limitation on the bunny is the 15 selected coins. However, with our TA strategy, 15 coins is sufficient. That's more than enough. You know, we're going to do a little bit of technical analysis and constantly be doing some maintenance. 15 coins is plenty. So let's dive into the actual hoppers themselves. The first one we'll take a look at will be the Bollinger. Next thing you do. So we're on our Bollinger signal hopper, and as you can see right now, it's not signaled any coins. Don't have any open positions because the signals haven't sent us any trades. Our history hasn't been too bad, actually. You can see our trade history, the last 5 trades. We've got 4 winners and 1 loser. If we go into all the trading history here, and again, keep in mind, these have only been running for a couple days. It is a bear market right now. We're in August 2018. It is a crypto bear market. But you can see in this bear market, we had a positive trade, 3.54%, 2.64. We have a stop loss. Please always have stop losses. I can't tell you how many CryptoHopper videos I've watched and guys are sitting at 20, 30% losses. That's unacceptable. You're not trading properly if you've got 20, 30% losses in your CryptoHopper. You're not using your automated trader the appropriate way if you're having those kind of losses. We've got ours set at 5%. So as you can see, Omni, we ended up with a 5.75. Now keep in mind, with a stop loss, you can have it set at 5%. Doesn't mean it's going to stop you out at 5%. It can go higher just depending on when you actually sell, once your buyer takes the sell offer. And this one was 5.75. With that said, here's another profit. More profit, 2.39, Now, what we've noticed with the signals one, we're not making huge gains, and we have a trailing sell set up on these. So what it will do is it will follow the token up. So our sell is set at 3%. Once there's a 3% profit, go ahead and sell these coins. What happens is with the trailing, it'll hit 3%, keep going up, or if it pulls back 0.75%, which is what we have it set at, is 0.75%. With it set at that 0.75%, once it pulls back that amount, it will actually sell. So if it hit 3% and then pulls back 3.75% is when it would actually sell. So that's why I think partially why we're not seeing such good gains here. But I also just don't think the technical analysis is working that great on these coins. They're good buys. I just don't think they're the best buys. As we'll see when we jump over to our Bittrex account. You'll see much better profit, but that's on our technical analysis, not these signals from someone else. So if we come over to config and signals, these are the two signals we're currently using. This mining hamster seems to be one of the more popular ones. However, it does cost $6 a month to subscribe. And then the crypto quality signals, we gave that one a try. It seemed to have some decent returns and it was free. So we decided to give that one a shot. If we view the report of Mining Hamster, we can kind of see what successes they're having or failures. So much, for the most part, it's success. Now you can look at it by exchange. We're using this on Poloniex, so we're going to look at there. They've only had a couple referrals so far in the last day or two on Poloniex, but this Decred I know we were able to trade out of or get into. There's that Omni one that was the loser, and look, our stop on this Omni, we got stopped out at 5.75%. This thing never made it to our 3% sell, so we were definitely going to take a loss on this one. And if you didn't have a stop loss, you could be at negative 20% right now, or at some point with that Omni. We got stopped out at 5.75%, much better than getting stopped out at 20%. So that's a prime example of why you have a stop loss in place. So you don't end up being this 20% guy, this 19% guy, assuming you didn't get out when it reached the highs of the 8. So stop loss is very important. We'll go back to the dashboard. So that's why we're using the Mining Hamster signals and the Crypto Grow one as well. So far the returns have been decent, almost 8% on those signals. So in the long run this may pay off. I'm still not convinced that it's the best route to go. I still think your own technical analysis would probably be the best way to go. We're going to go ahead and skip on over to our Bittrex. Now this is a bunny. This is a $19 a month subscription, but I think our returns have actually been far better over here. If you look at our trades, now this is based on our technical analysis. These are our parameter, our strategy that we set up, and you can see the last 5 trades was 3.64%, 2.25, another 2, a 4.8. Let's go in and look at a little more in depth over here with the history. And we can see here's where one of our stop losses took effect. So we had a stop loss set at 5% on waves. It hit it, but it then did eventually come back into our buy zone. It actually did go up. It just looks like our strategy was a little early, and we actually did make another 5.52%, so it ended up being about a wash. So that's kind of a wash there. And then we come on down and we see 634. Here's a couple more stop losses on ETC. Now what we did was we got in and out here, and we did not realize the cooling down period. There's an option in here for a cooling down period. So this actually bought us in a little early, or it bought us in early. We got stopped out and it bought us right back in because it was still within our zone. We've now set the cooling down period, which we'll show you here in a moment. So you don't want to be going in and out of a strategy too quickly because you can get burned. We got hit pretty good right there on ETC. We've since corrected that, and you're not seeing those type of situations now. And that's, again, 2 days of running the software, and we're learning all the features, and and it's working. Here you can see a 7%, 462. We're getting the hang of it in only a couple days. And I'll remind you, this is a bear market. I've seen so many guys setting this up or had it set up during the bull runs, and they're now shutting off their CryptoHopper because it's a bear market. That there's no reason for that. A true trader can trade in a bear or a bull market, and we'll kind of get into that. So there's the trading history. It's been real great 2 days running the bunny. We'll get over here to the configuration. Go into the base configuration. We're not running any signals on this one. And we'll start at the beginning. So we've named it. It's on. It's running. It's running on Bittrex. You're going to have to make some API keys in your Bittrex account and paste them over here. Make sure you do not have withdraw checked when you make these keys. Otherwise, they can take your money out. Notifications are shut off. We're not looking for any notifications. Here's some of our buy settings. Again, about 15 minutes on any trigger. If we don't get in our trade within 15 minutes, we probably want to call that off. So it's going to call it off. Maximum positions 19. Reality is it's only going to let us do 15. We only want one open position per coin is all we're looking for. We've enabled that cooldown. As you saw with that ETC trade, if we'd have had this on, we'd have avoided one of those losses. We'd have cut that loss in half. So now that that's on, we're doing it for an hour, basically 2 candles. That will give time for that one to shake out and maybe come back in. Now on the waves one, you saw how it did work. We got stopped out, we cooled down for an hour, got back in, and then we were able to get the profits. So again, that's kind of the cooldown helped on the waves. Since it was off on ETC, it hurt. Here we're going to be trading in currency of Bitcoin pairs. So Bittrex offers a handful, quite a few options to trade with the Bitcoin pair. We've actually selected 15. How we came up with our 15 out of all of these is pretty simple. We go to the Bittrex, go over to coin market cap, and we basically are taking a look at Bittrex and the coins they offer on their exchange. And so we've basically picked up their top coins that trade with BTC. So you see Digibyte, you'll see the Z Classic. We kind of just tried to pick up the coins that are in their top tier that are trading in the most volume, because that volume usually will equal volatility perhaps, but most importantly, liquidity. You don't want to get stuck in a coin and not have liquidity. And being in these top coins, we have that liquidity to get in and out of these coins fast. Strategy, let's go back and make sure I didn't skip anything. So our percentage buy amount, we're doing about 5% of our total volume that we're allowing the bot to buy per coin. So for each coin, it's going to buy about 5%. Here's the strategy. We're using multi-TA factors. On the Poloniex one, we're using the signals. So over on the Poloniex, we're using signals. Here we're using multi-TA factors. Now, number of targets to buy. Now, we could probably combine this. Let me back up real quick. We could probably combine. We could probably do signals and be buying off of people's signals and the TA factors. We haven't tested that yet, so I'm not going to talk about that really. Number of targets to buy, 9. Max I can do is 10. So 9 is where we set it at. And it's been working fine with that setting. The advanced settings, this is where our technical analysis, our experience comes in. Candle size, we're doing 30. You have options of 5, 15, 31, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4, 1 day. Now, when I'm doing Forex trading, most of my stock trading, I'm in the 15-minute zone. I have found, however, on crypto, the 30-minute and the 1 hour work the best, but the 30's been the most profitable for me. Do your own back testing, do your own testing, do your own research. Let me just stop now and say the disclaimer. None of this information is for investment purposes. My results will not necessarily be your results. When you are investing, make sure that you're investing an amount you can afford to lose, because you probably will. But none of this information that I'm giving you today is investment advice. It's educational information advice only. Trade at your own risk. Okay, got that out of the way. So we don't use the stochastic or the stochastic RSI. I've seen some guys using this. I think they like you get a little more action when you use this one, but I've seen it be more of a loser than a winner. So whether I'm trading stocks, crypto, or current forex trading currencies, I use RSI and I use Bollinger Bands. I don't really use any of the moving averages, especially not in crypto, unless I combine that with some other strategy. But for this, so far on these bots, we're just running RSI and Bollinger Bands. The RSI we do a little different than most. The default's 14, we use 7 candles. The RSI threshold, most people do 30, we do 20. Most people overbought. So the oversold would be 20. The overbought would be 80. Most people have it at 70. Outside the crypto world, in the crypto world, I think most guys are doing 20-80 because we see the bigger dips. I have RSI turned on as necessary to buy. Same with Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands and RSI both have to be met in order to execute a trade. The Bollinger Bands, I stuck with the defaults, 22 and 2, with a smooth moving average. That seems to work best so far within this automated trading. Don't have the trailing stop buys put on. Sells, we're going to take profit at 3%. Maximum time for that to stay open is 30 minutes. Again, if you choose coins that have enough volume, you should have no issue. It'll probably trade almost immediately. Sell strategy, I actually am using a trailing stop loss for my sell strategy, so this part is shut off. Before we get to that though, stop loss 5%. Enable this. Do not take bigger losses than you need to. 5%. If you want to be a little more risky, go to 9%, 5.25%. Just don't go too low either, though. Don't go too low, because you're going to need to give these coins room to move. And then the trailing stop loss strategy we've employed is if the coin, first it's going to arm at 3%. So if the coin achieves a 3% profit, it's in sell mode. But it won't sell until it sees a retracement of 0.75%. Once it sees that retracement of almost 1%, it will sell. What that does is it allows it to run up to 5, 6, 7%. Once it pulls back, say it runs up to 6.75%. Once it pulls back to 6, it's going to trigger a sell. It might not sell at 6. It might sell somewhere south of 6. But at least you lock in some profits. And we're only using the trailing stop. That's what we find to be most profitable. Auto close we've got shut off. Short selling, I have shut off in Bittrex. I have it turned on in our Binance account. However, it doesn't seem to be functioning, and I haven't done any research yet, but I'm guessing it's not functioning because Binance does not actually have that feature. So I'll probably end up turning the short sells on in my Poloniex account, which I do have a margin account with and can do short sells. Dollar cost averaging. Seen a lot of guys using this for day trading. That is not how you do day trading, in my opinion. Dollar cost averaging is something you do on tokens you're going to hold for a long time. If you're doing day trading, dollar cost averaging is not your friend. We can see we have this turned off. We do dollar cost averaging on tokens we plan on holding. You'll see an example of that here in a moment. But I do not use it in my automated trades for day trading. That's basically it for the configurations. We'll come back over here to the dashboard. The system also has back testing. It has charts in their trading view charts. I mean, this these this software is loaded with features. You're getting your money's worth at the $19. Alone, the charts are worth the 19. The charts in the back testing are worth the $19 a month if you do the bunny. So we come back over here, see our 5 trades, most recent 5 trades. We come down into here. It's not finding any targets. It's got some good information here. Here's an idea of there's some maintenance you'll have to do. And some of that maintenance is you're going to have to regularly be updating and changing what coins you want this bot to be looking at for your strategy. We've got, those top 15 that we picked, and right now none of them are really triggering a buy. See if I can find anybody that's even close. You can see the RSIs are high. They're not hitting our Bollinger Bands. No one's going to be there. Yeah, no one's in the zone. Also, what you can see over here is the bot's telling you Neo's not available on Bittrex. Well, if you see that and you've got that coin over here, Neo, in your selection, then you're limiting what your bot's capable to trade. You don't want that coin over there, so you want to get it out of there. So they actually give you some pretty good information. Now, the other thing, because on Bittrex we hold a lot of other tokens, I'm holding ADA over there at Cardano. There's an example of where I cost average. This is a token that's not available to the bot to trade. It's in my wallet on Bittrex, and I'm cost averaging that down. For example, last year, EOS, when it first came out with its ICO, we bought some of its tokens, and as it moved down throughout the year, we cost averaged, ended up with about 2,000 tokens with a cost average of $1 a token. Once it shot up into the teens, we dumped a bunch of it. We still hold probably about 500 tokens in EOS. Zen, you can see we have some Zen. We're mining some Zen over into this Bittrex account that funds some of our trading. And then BTC obviously on there. None of these funds are available for the bot to use as far as trading. It's not going to trade on the strategy, any of these funds. If we synchronized these tokens, they would actually appear over here, and then they would behave according to our strategy. So if I synchronize this, my ADA would go over there, and as soon as ADA went down or up, it would trade it according to my strategy. I don't want it to do that. So that kind of wraps up. This is a lot longer winded than I planned. I showed you that. Only other thing I want to show you is, so how does my strategy work? So I got my RSI set at 20. This is TradingView. I highly recommend you get an account. You can get a free account. We've got the pro account, so we can do more. It has more features, but the free account will work for most of you. Or again, if you got that bunny, you have these charts available to you in CryptoHopper. I like working outside of CryptoHopper for this because there's a lot of other stuff I can do. So once we hit the 20, which it came in and hit the 20 RSI and the Bollinger Band, you can see I get my 3% return, and we just squeaked this trade out on Z Classic. It never hits the stop before I'm able to cash out. So we'll go through here, and we'll kind of do some quick back testing. This is super quick back testing to give you an idea of what back testing is. So here we hit on this one. It hits the Bollinger Band, and it's in the 20 zone. And you can see 10% right there. Just that jump right there is 10%. And then when it starts to head back down, we get stopped out. That's a winner. We'll scroll through here. That one, I think that does actually hit both. It does actually hit both. Oops, wrong one. So that one hits. We're definitely going to hit our, get in there. Again, it goes up almost 8% maybe. Let's just say it gets into here, 7%. It comes in at around 7%, heads back down, never stops us out. That's a winner. That's 3 for 3. I think that's 3 for 3. Here we definitely get another signal. Looks like it hits here now. This one we might get stopped out on. This one might have been slightly early. Where's my 5%? Yeah, I think we get stopped out here. Let's see. It definitely crosses there. And 5%. We're definitely getting stopped out there. That one we lose on. It was early. Our signal was slightly early. So if you crank your stop loss up to 9%, you'd have survived that, and that'd have been a winner. So you gotta decide on your risk. I can't do it for you. Alright, this one would be interesting. This one crosses over in here. Let's crank 5%. Boy, it gets close, don't it? That one also looks like it might stop out on you. We'll go look at one more. This one looks like it crosses. Assuming it crosses that 20, it might have bounced off that 20. Actually, I don't even think it hits that. It definitely crossed there, but it didn't cross on the close. That's probably a trade our bot doesn't take because it doesn't meet both of our criterias. One last one here. That one crosses both here. So this one, it's going to happen on this candle here. Crank down. Our 3% way down in here. So that green bar alone cashes us out. So as you can see, we've done a ton of back testing on all of the coins that we have up, and it's proven, again, you only have to be right more than 50% in order to be profitable, and that's the key to your back testing. I'm going to wrap that up here. I went way over the time I planned on doing this video. It was going to be a short one, and I got a little carried away. Down below, you'll see a link to the CryptoHopper. You can start signing up and getting some experience with it. If you liked the video, let us know. If you didn't like the video, hey, let me know. But most importantly, if you could subscribe, I totally appreciate it. Again, this is Digital Moneta. I'm Rick Rogers. Hope this was helpful.